A lot of people think artists are some naturally gifted, talented, selected group of people. They are not. Everyone starts creative, but somewhere along the way, the world teaches us to shut it down. Creativity is the natural order of life, says the artist way. I will get into this. What stops people from creating art isn't talent. It is fear of judgment. It is fear of being embarrassed. It is perfectionism. It's a belief that you need to be good in order to begin at something. You become an artist by doing art. Not by thinking about it, not by planning it, but just plainly doing it. Okay, let's break it down. I have just finished The Artist's Way, and it has skyrocketed my creative life. I really recommend this book for you to read. It's like a 12-week step on how to become your most. It's a spiritual path to higher creativity. If you're an artist, please do this. I really inspire you to buy it. Today I'm going to be talking about how to become an artist. Because if you clicked on this video, you most likely would like to be an artist. Well, I think you already are. I'm going to teach you some key learnings from The Artist's Way, along with my own insights and my creative journey. So first of all, what is an artist? We will not look at the dictionary version because that's just something who paints or does something creative for a hobby. The Artist's Way defines a creative person as a person who expresses their creative energy. And for me, making art is really expressing something how I feel into the world to make it real. It can be my point of view of something. It can be how I feel. For me, being an artist is expressing something what's inside of me and then translating it into anything. I could write a song, I could make an edit, I could dance in my house at 2 a.m. An artist is something who turns their inner world into outer form. And this can be anything. You can write a note on your phone. You can make a TikTok. You can dance. You can sing. Anything is possible. If there's something inside of you that wants to express in some kind of way, you are an artist. Congratulations. Woo! Okay, The Artist's Way teaches us that being an artist isn't an identity, it is a behavior. It's the way how you look around the world, in how you pay attention. It's the little things that you notice that other people might not. Okay, so now you know you are an artist. But next comes, what kind of art do you want to make? Because before you think, how do I make art? You gotta know what kind of art you want to make. Briefly said, your artist self is your inner child. So, what did you like to do when you were a child? Was it dancing? Was it singing? Was it drawing? You can still bring those things up and do it again. And your inner child has a good taste because it only does what feels good, and you gotta follow it. You gotta look at jealousy because jealousy is kind of like a compass. For example, what kind of content or anything that you consume are you jealous about? I don't really like jealousy, but it tells us the way into something that you want to get. You can turn jealousy into inspiration. You just gotta flip the switch and don't see it as jealousy, but just see it as, oh nice, that's my inspiration. It's pointing at the life that you secretly want. And when you are making art, if you don't do it yet, it will come. What medium comes to you naturally? Maybe you really like taking photos or videos. Use that. If you like writing, write instead. Do anything because anything is possible. And your artistic identity only evolves by action, not by planning. You gotta make small things, follow your curiosity, and then everything will reveal itself. Okay, but how do you actually make art? Let me tell you, it is not that simple, because there is no formula. Everyone makes art a different way. But here are just a few building steps to make art. When I first started making art, I really thought of these big things oh, I gotta spend an hour making a song or do this or do that. Take 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes is all you need. Write one lyric. Draw a little stroke. Small actions over big actions. If you have 10 minutes spare time, don't go on your phone and start scrolling. Write a note. Draw something. Sit in silence. Look at the window. look at the birds, you know? And in those little moments is something like gold, because it is your consistency into expressing yourself, into making art, which builds up over time. You gotta make bad art. This sounds really stupid. I know, I still think it's stupid, but you gotta allow yourself to be a bad artist. In order to make good art, you gotta make shitty art. That's just point blank it. Good art grows from a mess, from something chaotic, for something sloppy, for something bad. It forms from ideas that fail or don't feel right or cringe drafts. But you gotta let your creative self create art without the pressure of being good. But also you gotta like see what other people ignore. Like for example, this YouTube video, I have not seen someone talk about how to be an artist. And I was looking for this video and I couldn't find it, so I made one. Like you gotta not think about anything else. Like what color draws you in? What do you wanna say that you haven't heard anybody say yet? And it sounds really cheeky or really cliche, but it is the truth. You gotta keep your creative mind spinning by noticing those little things in your life, that one emotion that keeps coming back, that one color you keep adoring. Or what are you curious about? Dive deep into that. You gotta create like a child. Your creative self is your inner child. This book explains it further. I'm not diving deep into it, but you gotta create like a child, because a child does something to feel good. It doesn't care about anything else. It just wants to do something because it feels good. So you gotta be unfiltered. You gotta be messy. You gotta be curious. You gotta be spontaneous. Anything that feels strange, you gotta do it. You gotta do something stupid, but it's really fun to have your childlike wonder again. The world teaches us to lose it, which I hate. OMG. I just really appreciate a good weird someone like me. It's gotta be free of judgment. But then you gotta edit that like a scientist. You gotta refine it, you gotta shape it again, you gotta edit it. You gotta add structure, you gotta cut it what doesn't serve. You absolutely cannot combine these two modes. They are separate. You gotta play and let yourself be. And another day you gotta edit. Those two do not combine. And you gotta let it rest. Arts need marinating. Real art grows with periods in between. Sometimes you need a week away, a day off, a month off, a walk, be bored, and then come back to it again with new fresh eyes. It isn't procrastination, it is incubation. It is your brain grabbing certain bits and pieces and connecting them. You gotta finish things. Sometimes finishing things teaches you how to grow something instead of creating something new again and new and new. You gotta let yourself finish projects. These are artists' tools, non-negotiable. Morning pages. This tale talks about morning pages. It is 3 pages of writing every morning without judgment, without anything. You gotta just write your stuff down. It doesn't matter what it is just like writing, and it really frees the mind of it all. The morning pages removes the voice that stops you from creating, and it connects you with the real you. It shows yourself. It is establishing your own self, and there is no self-expression without yourself. So do your morning pages. 2. Artist dates. You gotta plan something every week to inspire your artist self. A little walk, bake a cake. You gotta let yourself be curious and let yourself be creative. It can be the smallest thing, but do it with the mindset of I am an artist. And then you will see that you are nourishing yourself. They might seem pointless, but they actually recharge your creativity. I've been struggling with this one, and that is like reducing media consumption. Nowadays, everything is like click, 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 media, media, media. But when you consume too much media, you reduce your own things of wanting to create. When you consume too much, your artist goes silent. You fill the space with other people's art. You think it is inspiration, but it is just procrastination. And you stop hearing yourself. And you confuse taste with comparison. And it is dangerous. Put the phone down, grab a notebook. That's all it takes. When you are feeling the urge to consume media, it is just that your creativity wants out and you are just numbing the signal. Everyone can be an artist, but not everyone will. Most people are not willing to do the emotional work that goes with it, because art requires curiosity, vulnerability, playfulness, honesty, play, patience, and much more. Creativity is a practice, not a personality trait. You earn the identity by creating proof, by making art. What I want you to know is your inner child is your artist. You gotta nurture it and stop pressuring it. If you have not made art in a month, it doesn't matter. You can start again today. It is not failure. It is a sign that your artist needs attention. So after this video, please do something small creatively. Do it for your inner child and do it for yourself and for the future, for the consistency. It doesn't matter what it is, just do the thing, because art will give your life magic. Bye guys.